reflection, the water dripping down. Looks like we have a little bit of a leak underneath my sink. I've noticed puddles of water under the sink here. This has been going on for a little while, and I thought it was actually coming from around the sink because there was a gap. It wasn't caulked at all, but looking at a video recently on a channel called Miles Across USA, I believe they have a 2019 Winnebago, and they ended up replacing this whole contraption. Hey, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to address a couple of leaks underneath my kitchen sink and a repair that I've done already. Let's look at it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up in this lighting, but around this sink I applied a new bead of caulking. Now this is something simple you can really do. You know, the tip would be if you put a little bit of tape on both sides and leave a little bit of gap. You can run a bead of caulking through here. You can wipe the excess off with your finger and also work it really into that joint really good. And you can use just an all-purpose, I wouldn't say all-purpose, I used a clear silicone, but it's meant for, there's different types of silicone, but this type of silicone is specifically for kitchen and bath. Then the other thing is I do have a leak, or a couple of leaks underneath my sink, and they're coming from these sink baskets here. So we're going to take these apart. This is a simple DIY. This could happen to you underneath your own kitchen sink. I think we're used to seeing, you know, how sometimes there's little drips underneath the sink, and you shouldn't have those. It's leaking from somewhere, so let's go ahead and tackle that. So we're going to loosen these fittings, and there's going to be standing water sitting in here, and you can see that right away. We're going to want to make sure we capture all that water in this bucket here. Okay, then the next is we're going to take this trap apart here. That way these pieces are just not in the way. But my leaks are not coming from this black plumbing here. Okay. So my leaks are actually coming from this big part here, this basket. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a problem taking this part. It keeps spinning and being able to hold the center. I won't really be able to get that on camera, but over on this side here, this one is spinning off pretty easy. So at least I'll show you. This part here. On this one here, you're going to have to get something to hold this center basket. It's all made out of plastic. Now this is RV components here, so everything here is plastic. You could stick something inside here, hold this stationary while you spin this plastic nut. But there we go. So from the top of the sink, I pulled this from the top, and this part is down below. And right away we can see here, so the plumber's putty would be here, but you see how dried out it is? It is almost non-existent. I'm not sure if they even used the right type. Looks like there's nothing ended up sticking here. And let's look at it from the top. If you look at it from the top of the sink, the plumber's putty would normally be sitting here, but there's really not much left over. So I'm not sure if they didn't use enough or if it just dried out so bad. But These are the Plumbers Putty. Really simple. There are two different types of putty you can get at the big box stores. Make sure you get the right kind. If you see this kind here, this is the kind I'm going to be using. And this one here is made for actual solid surface, so you do not want to use this. The other thing you could do is you could actually use the clear silicone. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to replicate what the factory did. But in my opinion, I think they just didn't clean this out well enough and didn't apply enough plumber's putty, because the evidence of it looks like we're actually lacking some plumber's putty. Not much came out of there, and it didn't bond very well here. But you plumbers online, you might have better information than me. Again, you know, the simple solution would be you could apply silicone caulking on here. And I have done that before on past traps, but I'm just going to duplicate what the factory did. So let me get this set up. Well, I got the this side off too. I didn't have to do anything special. I just had to hold this with my hand and spin the bottom part out. But again, evidence here is, looks like what we have is way too much plumber's putty on this side where the threads are, and not enough where it's supposed to be. You know, the plumber's putty is actually supposed to fall around here. So it looks like they've actually applied the putty around this surface here instead of this surface here. I mean, it should have all squashed, but I don't know what they did originally, but it seems like it's an awful early failure for this plumber's putty. And again, I see here it didn't bond anywhere here. There's water. It's all wet. So we're going to clean this up really well. I won't show you that part. Clean it up really well, and we'll reassemble this with the plumber's putty, and I'll show you what I do. Okay, it's the following day, and I'm ready to assemble everything back together. So the things that I have done is I've cleaned the sink area here, the stainless steel, really well with some isopropyl alcohol. I cleaned all these plumbing parts. The other thing is that this sink strainer here, I've already put the plumber's putty on here, but here's it. You roll the, it's like Play-Doh. You roll it out and you put it around. I like to get it flattened out a little bit. So we're about to set this strainer back in, and you want to center this in this opening. Push it down a little bit. All the excess is going to ooze out. Just keep it centered. Now, I didn't show this yesterday, but you can see this entire strainer assembly is plastic instead of metal. And I'm guessing it's to save weight, obviously. Normally I would switch this out, but I'm just going to reuse this. It's in fine condition. It just happens to be made out of plastic. From underneath, we're going to do the opposite. Is we need to put this rubber gasket back on, and there's also this paper gasket. One of my gaskets disintegrated already, but I'm not actually sure what the purpose is. I'm guessing maybe when you put this in, it doesn't have so much friction, so you can tighten it up. I don't know. I think there's a couple of plumbers as subscribers. Maybe they can provide some input on why they have this paper gasket. But because one of them are disintegrated, I'm going to apply some of this silicone grease. It's plumbing grease to one of the gaskets on the other side where this paper gasket is disintegrated. So we'll put this on right now. Let's again, this is a pretty simple DIY. I think anybody can really do this. You do have to have some good hand dexterity, hand strength, because it does. You do have to tighten this nut on here. Little change of plans. I'd like you to take a look at this. I had an epic fail here, but this is the plumber's putty on the sink strainer. And if you've noticed here, you see how it's not bonding very well to here? It basically comes off really easy. And I think that's really the issue. Now, instead of just replacing this or fixing this, I do always like to see if there is a cause, if I can figure it out, but what I really see is this putty is not bonding to this plastic very well. And let's go back to the plumber's putty. If you look at it and we go to the side here, it will specifically say do not use on plastic. Typically that won't be an issue because most of the strainers in homes are metal, but this one, unfortunately, it is plastic. I'm sure Winnebago did it to keep the weight down, which I can totally understand. I don't see anything really wrong with it, but the plumber's putty is just not compatible. And I think it's just not a very good mating surface, and the water can obviously leak through even if you installed it correctly. So we're going to fix that. I'm going to end up doing what I originally debated on doing, is I'm going to use this kitchen and bath clear silicone, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, we're going to install this trap. This time I'm going to be using silicone caulking. So here we have it here. So what I'm going to do is apply a bead around here. Now the problem with using silicone is that it's going to be a very strong glue also. So if you ever want to take this out in the future, it's going to be a pain in the butt. We're going to have the same thing as by the time you apply it on there, it's going to ooze out when we compress. So I'm going to put it down here, put it on center. I don't know how well that camera is picking it up. I put the tape on here. It'll be easier to clean up. That's why I have the tape on here on the top. And let's put it on this side here. I'm glad I didn't go through with reinstalling this plastic with that putty, because when I was tightening that nut on the bottom, I just was not getting a good feeling on it. And put this on this side here. Okay, and then we'll go down below and tighten everything up. So I ended up applying on both of those rubber gaskets here. I applied this silicone grease. Now this silicone grease is actually really good grease to use in your toilet. So your toilet seal, I would do that twice a year, and that will hold the water. So if your toilet bowl keeps losing water, this is good to put on the, you open up the flapper and put this silicone grease on there. Alright, let's get this on here now. So really simple. It should just... Now that we don't have the plumber's putty to compress, this should be pretty much simple. We'll tighten this down. We'll do the same thing to this strainer basket here. Should be good. And then from the top, if you see here, I'll just wipe the excess silicone off here and get it all cleaned up and make sure that basket is centered in here, and we'll assemble everything together. I don't think you need to see this part. Basically, I'm going to be cleaning the silicone and taking the tape off. Okay, this is I've applied the silicone, wiped off all the excess the best I can, and this is the finished with the silicone on. I'll let that dry, and when it's all done drying, I'll end up re-snugging these, I don't know what you want to call them, these nuts here, and then I'll finish installing the P-traps. Well, here is the finished project. I've assembled this with clear silicone on both sides. I've also assembled the traps down below. And I have some paper towel down here doing the, we'll call it the water leak test, and I don't see anything leaking. So I would consider this fix a success. This could be something that you could easily do at home. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a little bit difficult to loosen this or tighten this, so your hand dexterity, you do need to have some hand strength or get the proper tool for it. The other thing that I did was I used that silicone lube. Inside, underneath these traps, there's 2 rubber washers. You do want to put that on there too, or it wouldn't hurt to put it on there. And that's really it. That's the finished project. And hopefully that was a good explanation why not to use the plumber's putty if you're using the plastic traps. So that's the conclusion. Hopefully you like videos like this. I have some more coming up on some repairs in the future, so stick around, or we'll see you on the next video.